You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go live at the moment. I'm just texting Chris. He's said he's going to be a minute, but that's all right. All right. Anyways, what's going on, guys? So I just pulled off a fucking miracle to be here on time. Let me tell you what. I even got to see the countdown happen. Like, it was like 3, 2, 1 as I sat down, and I just pressed live like as soon as it fucking said it's showtime. That was crazy. That was crazy. I got triple booked. I had to do 2 colors, 1 cut, 1 curl. It was fucking insanity. 2 hours for all of that. And I got done 11 minutes early because I'm a fucking rock star. And weirdly, my client who, has been coming to me for years and years and years was like, oh my God, this is the best my hair's ever looked. And I did it in an hour and 10 minutes. And I typically do it in 2.5 hours. So I cut it the fucking half. And she was like, oh my God, I'm coming in every week to get my hair done like this. So that's pretty wild. I'm fucking burnt though. I'm fucking burnt. Here's my cool little pink clip. They sent us pink clips. We ordered a bunch of clips and they sent us pink ones. And my dad was like, I don't want to use these. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll use them. So we're just kind of waiting on Chris. So what I want to know, let's say hi to everybody. All right. First things first, I got to say hi to this pretty lady. What's going on, Kaylee? And hello to Destiny. Hello to Matt. I don't know. I'm just clicking on random fucking things. And that looks like a pink shark. Oh, this thing. Yeah. Does look like a pink shark. We got Emily in here. How's it going? Eric says, congrats on making it on time. Bro, I pulled it off. I pulled it the fuck off. I was like, there's no way. Ooh. Good Real Hunting is in here. So now we got the good crew in here now, man. Everyone. I love how timely everyone is these days. Brett and I actually were having a pretty good long conversation the other night. He's a good dude. I like Brett from Good Real Hunting, so you should definitely go check out his channel. Chris is here.
What's up?
What's up? We're live, man.
We made it.
We made it. I made it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. He was late. And I
was like 2 minutes late.
You are 3 minutes and 30 seconds late.
Actually, I've been sitting there in the green room forever watching you talk about, oh, look at this cute little thing I got.
How long you been down there?
Like 2-3 minutes probably. I got here like right at 9 o'clock on the dot, man.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
I was ignoring him. Oops. I didn't see you down there. I'm glad I finally looked down. Shit, man. Anyway, Mo Green Glasses, what's going on? And you are so welcome, Brett. Brett's a good guy.
Yeah.
We got a crew member in here saying hi to you and
What's
only.
up, man?
I guess I gotta go.
I guess you don't matter, yeah.
Hey guys, love Saw. Good, because we gonna be talking about.
We got you covered then, yeah.
So the whole reason that this happened is because Chris is a Saw freak, like myself, and we both probably are dealing with so much Saw hate over the years now. And it's always good to meet someone who has a brain and knows that Saw rules.
Is that torture porn movie?
Oh no. No.
Yeah, I get it.
No torture porn talk in this fucking group, man. Oh God, I can't with the torture porn thing.
Ugh.
It's the most throwaway fucking thing ever. I just, it's like such a blanket statement that has no thought put into it at all.
Right.
Indigo, you made it. How wonderful. You never cut to live streams, so that's good. Yeah. So how hard was this list for you to make?
It was quite the bitch to put together.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I was like, okay, I got it, and then I just thought of a couple more, and I was like, fuck. So yeah, it was a little bit challenging, but I feel all right about it.
Yeah, I actually invited Brandon to come on, and he said yes. I can ask him if he wants to come on.
We'll just do it right here live, man.
On the Saw stream? Question mark. We are live right now. I doubt that I doubt he made a list. I said, are you coming on this sauce stream?
Sausage stream.
Oops. I should have texted him earlier today. I completely fucking forgot about it. So
well, see, then that's on you.
No. Okay, here's what happened. I'm gonna call his
what
ass
happened
right
was
now. This is typical fucking Brandon, okay? Right here. So let's see. I said next Friday, get the fuck out of here. Next Friday, I'm doing a live top 10 saw traps. Come on, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. He said, when you say next Friday, you mean the 5th or the 12th? I said the 12th. He said, thumbs up, I'm in. And I was like, cool. So I made the whole thing and I fucking put it up and I was like, so add you, question mark? Like add you to the names on here?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. He reads it and I never get a fucking response.
He
and
left
I'm
you
like,
on red?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dick move.
That's Brandon, though. That's fucking Brandon. And I've talked to my friends about this, and they're like, that's just Brandon. And I'm like, I love him, though. You know, whatever. It's all good. So we got Bateman, not Batman. That's very confusing. He got me. He almost got me, but I got it. I caught it. All the Saw movies are badass. That's fucking right. Isaac, you know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Lucas knows. Real torture porn is expensive. It is indeed. Just like Takashi Miike says in Hostel, be careful. You can spend all your money in there.
Right. That's right. That's right.
People who say Saw is torture porn have never seen torture porn.
Thank you, Emily. Mm-hmm.
My favorite series in horror. Fucking A right. Me too.
Same.
It's the best fucking franchise in horror for sure. The continuity is incredible.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so funny to me the shit people come up with, like for why, like they're like why they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh well, Jigsaw's a hypocrite and this and that. And I'm like, okay. He's a hypocrite. I agree.
Right. I like
a bad movie.
Right.
Such a weird thing to fucking like hate on the film for.
Exactly. Like, yeah, the character's a hypocrite. So what? The movie's still good.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's so high and mighty, and he thinks he's not killing anybody when he really is, and this and that. I'm like, yeah,
but
yeah, it's one of the interesting aspects of the franchise.
Exactly.
That he is a total fucking hypocrite, but he like sees himself as so self-righteous, and I love that.
Exactly.
So yeah, I just hear that, and if you don't like the movies, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I fully recognize that this franchise is not going to be for everybody. Like I get that, but come on, give me at least a good reason why.
Okay, you don't even have to give me a good reason, but if you give me a reason, make it good.
Right.
So you can just say I don't like it, and I can be like, why? And you can be like, just don't, and I'll be like, okay,
it's just not my thing. All right, I can take that.
100%. That's fine with me. But I just hate torture porn. No.
I'm just like, let me stop you right there.
I'm going to stop you right there. And I'm not going to say anything else because I'm just going to stop you right there forever. Now, whilst I will agree that Saw 7 and then 5 are the weakest, I think 4 is the second best in the franchise. So
really,
I'll disagree with you on that. My order goes 6, 4, 2. What was it? 6, 4, 2, 3, 1. Jigsaw 5, 7. I think that's correct.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I love it, man. Six is easily. That's why I wore my
6 is shirt. 6 is really high up there for me as well. But
yeah. Oh, look at this. Crew member knows what's up. Saw 4 is my second favorite. See, me too.
Yep.
Yes. Saw 6, Saw 4. That's definitely my top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really pushed myself hard to be here on time. I really did. Whew, fuck, man. I'm like buzzing. And I was gonna eat, I was gonna put something, I was like, nah, man, I'm on time. I gotta fucking be on time. I ain't gonna be late now. Five is the only one that's okay. Yeah, I understand this. I understand that.
Yeah.
For me, this is why 5 works for me, is because I view 4, 5, and 6 as one movie, and I feel part 4 is like the first part, in this first act, and then so on. And I think 6 is just everything. Six
is incredible.
Everything for me.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. And I think 7, actually, I mean, as much as like there's silly things like that detective is fucking terrible.
Crazy in a sack full of cats.
Yeah, I think it has some of the best kills in the franchise. I mean,
yeah, there's some good stuff in 7.
Brutal.
There is.
Yeah. So what would be your order?
Let's see. From best to worst, I'd probably go Saw, the first one. Okay. Then I'd go 3, then 2. Then I would have 6. So out of after the original trilogy, 6 is my next favorite one, and then 4, and then Jigsaw, and then 5 and 7 are the last 2 spots. Is probably what I would do. But like, it's one of those things where I still like them all. So I don't hate any of them. I just have problems with 7, but I still don't hate it.
Sure. Well, I mean, I think that I don't know. There's only one single thing in the entire franchise that I can't explain. But outside of that, and I could explain it maybe, but I'd have to write a sequel script to explain it. But straight up, Jigsaw becomes like a fucking mind reader in that one. Because in the 8th one, he knows exactly how much money a girl stole from a purse.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're like,
wait a minute. Right. Exactly.
And that one I cannot explain that one. Mm-hmm. The only thing I've come up with, and this is because I love my continuity in this franchise, the only thing I can come up with is that she told a therapist or something, and the therapist recorded their sessions, and he fucking like broke in and listened to him. But why would he be after her?
Right. Like, how would he even know? Right.
Because everyone in 8 is connected to the death of like his cousin or something, or like
his nephew. There was one guy that was responsible, for his nephew.
Right. But like everyone's fucking like responsible. And I like the twist. I like that it was like done years ago and the guy like was recreated.
I loved that twist. Yeah, I thought it was great.
So
I'm like, this is just a brilliant way to bring this franchise back and to still have John Kramer present in the film and redeem him from his Adidas tracksuit scene in Saw 7. Like, I thought that was a brilliant way to bring him back.
Yeah. Calling it now, The Rack is going to be number 1.
We shall see.
Spoilers. It is not my number 1. Okay?
Spoilers. It is not my number 1.
Oh, Bateman, you suck. Just kidding. Let's see. Original is my favorite, but part 2 and 6 are my runner-ups.
I get that.
Really enjoyed the second Saw movie. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. My order would be 6, 4, 2. Hey, look at that. 6, 4, 2. 3, 7, 5. Damn, pretty close, Isaac.
Wow.
Pretty close. We're pretty damn close. Meg, I am out of my fucking mind excited for sports.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We got a month and a half, 2 months-ish, somewhere in that area.
Yep.
May, if they keep that fucking date.
I think this time they will. It's looking pretty good right now, at least, but we'll see what happens.
Sucks. I wore this shirt and like it's not in the fucking shot.
Don't you hate that? It's like, yeah, everybody's gonna see it. And it's not in the shot. It's not in frame at all.
I got this mic in the damn way. Fucking
like Pighead's back here, but he's like out of the frame for the most part.
Who is?
I got Pighead, the pig mask right
there.
Oh,
I have that too, yeah.
But it's like all out of frame and shit. It's like, god damn it, oh well.
Actually, one of my favorite twists, I guess, one of my favorite like moments for a twist is in part 4 when we think Hoffman is taken by, Jigsaw, whoever. Right.
Yeah.
And then we find out it's just the mask in his room.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that
because it's the way it pans over to the mask and the music starts playing like, oh shit, and then
like, oh shit, he got taken.
Yeah,
no, I thought that was
brilliant.
Brilliant. Probably I think the cleverest bit of dialogue in the twists, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
but for some reason, the one that got me the best, though, like I just thought was so brilliant, is in part 3 when Lynn is having her affair and she's like, what do you want from me? And he's like,
divorce. Oh god, yeah.
Brilliant. That was pure brilliance. Of course you think he means their marriage.
Right, because why at that time, why would you think it would be anything different?
But it makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Like the reason he's upset is because he wants her to leave her husband and be with him. I love it.
I know, it's great.
I love it. Look at this. Here we go. See, like Hoffman is my guy. Okay, he's my favorite player of the franchise. He's my favorite guy. He's my favorite. He's just a psychopath. I love it. I love his traps. I know yes, Hoffman's traps are unwinnable. Amanda's traps are mostly unwinnable.
I was gonna say Amanda's too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, I mean, at the end of the day, they're both being horrible. I mean, all three of them are being absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
They're like, John isn't doing these guys any fucking favors.
No, he's not at all. No matter what he tries to tell you, he's not.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's full of shit. And what's actually really funny? I just thought about this, although outside of Matt's stream for like 3 seconds, when Chris just came live, this is the first time we've ever met.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've only ever chatted in the comments.
Yeah.
This is off to a pretty smashing start for having never met one another.
Right. Common ground, man. It's common ground.
That's right, man. That's all you got to have. So, I'm an enormous Saw fanatic. I defend this fucking franchise more than almost anything else.
So, yeah, I'll defend this till my dying day.
100%. And every time they release a movie, I'm always just like, if anything, if nothing else, don't fuck with my continuity because it is like the holy grail of this franchise to me. You can't touch that. So Spiral, you better not fuck with things. That's all I say.
I'm hoping.
Because Jigsaw already has a question I can't answer.
A big fucking question. It's like, yeah.
But I feel like, do you have any idea how excited I would be if in Spiral they actually explain that?
That would be great. That would be interesting because it's the same writers as Jigsaw. So that would be great. I'd get up and I'd just start dancing. Yeah, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Be like, John Kramer was once, a therapist, and he listened to this fucking chick cry about how she, stole this amount of money, whatever. Give me. So anyway, what's going on, Dan? Dan is here.
What's up, Dan?
So Destiny hates Hoffman's dumb face. Destiny should be doing her workout routine right now. Okay? So why don't you get off of here and get sweating? And don't be telling me nothing about no stomach issues. I don't like Hoffman either. Wow, really? I fucking love him. He's nuts.
Yeah, he's batshit crazy. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what's. I mean, I don't know what there's not to like about him. He's great. He's great. But you know, oh, here it is. Here it is.
See, you called it.
Yeah, this is exciting. I like that Darren Lynn Bousman is coming back.
Yeah, I was actually pretty shocked to hear that. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he did 3 of the best Saws. I mean, I love them all, but I mean, Saw 4 and Saw 2 are in my top 3. So, yeah. I mean, the fucking guy has done 2, 3, and 4. So he's. Mm-hmm. If anyone's coming back, he's done more than anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Kevin Grutar, however the fuck you say his name, did 2 of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, everybody else was a one-off.
Yep.
Yeah, Filthy knows. Filthy Dan knows what's up. But I guess we can jump on into it if you'd like.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
Got about 50 people here, so I think we're ready to go.
All right.
Brandon,
I have 3 honorable mentions on my list. You want to knock those out?
3 honorable mentions, huh? Did I want to say? Yeah. Didn't I write some honorable mentions down? I think I said I did. You go ahead.
You want me just to list all 3 of them off, or just one at a time, or how do you want to do it?
We'll do one at a time. I have 2. I think I should have a third, though. Oh, yeah, I'll have a third.
Okay. Again, the honorable mentions are in no particular order, so I'll just start off with the Bucket Room from Jigsaw. I'll start off with that one. Like, that's one that I really like. It reminded me of a lot of the Fatal 5 stuff in Saw 5, but I thought that whole thing was done better here. And I think they just worked together pretty much right from the start a lot better. I really like the lighting in that scene, like the bluish tint to that room. Yeah. And the fact that you just kind of wake up there and you don't know what the fuck's going on, how you're supposed to get out of it, stuff like that. And yeah, I just really like the whole idea of the Bucket Room. And I thought, which, by the way, starting Jigsaw off with a car chase was like, whoa, did I walk into the right movie?
Yeah.
And then it goes to the Buckethead truck. I thought that was great. So yeah, Bucket Room gets an honorable mention.
Sure. Yeah. And that's where you had to know something was up with the guy who never woke up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know,
it's like
something's up there.
Right.
Yeah. And that's when Jigsaw, I guess comes to this decision in his mind that he forgives Logan, and
maybe he didn't.
We're gonna be talking spoilers.
Yes, full spoilers. There's no way we could talk about these without spoilers. So
if you haven't seen the movies and you're like worried about spoilers, then you got to getting. So all right. So my honorable mentions, 2 of them are gonna be because of how much I love the conclusions of them.
Okay.
But not so much the trap itself.
You just like how it ends.
How it ends up.
Okay.
And the first one will be the glass coffin.
Ooh.
So it's not a great trap by any means.
No.
To me. It's he just pulls the fucking thing and it just closes. There's nothing really to it.
Right.
But the conclusion of seeing Agent Strom
being a pancake, yeah.
And then to get that reveal in part 6, when it opens and his body literally a fucking pancake, and then it like breaks off from the ceiling, and then that's when Hoffman gets his hand to plant the prince and all that. Oh, I fucking love this franchise so much, man.
It's great, and that shot when the bone pops out of his fucking arm. Shit.
Because you're 100% convinced he's getting out of there.
Yeah.
You're like, there's no way they're killing this guy.
I'm like, this is Agent Strom. He's got to make it out.
Yes. Or wait, no, where'd you go? Yes, I did. I did like 2 months.
That's an interesting movie. Repo, the genetic opera.
It's an interesting one. I'm fucking cold. It's snowing here, and I'm fucking in like. I got to get some warmth. I got to still keep it open though, so people can see I'm a real Saw fan.
I got the merch. I'm not a fake fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fake fan. But yeah, I'm a big like. When I went into Saw 5, the fucking tagline for Saw 5 was
"Won't believe how it ends."
Won't believe how it ends. So I was like, okay, we've had 4 movies in a row that have had these insane twists. What's this gonna be? And the reality is like the twist of the movie, like the big Saw twist, is not really that hard to figure out. Like, oh, we should have all worked together. Like,
yeah, I put that together 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, the fucking, the bomb shelters were big enough for all of us. Duh!
Right, exactly.
I can get all of you in that one. What the fuck is wrong with you idiots?
Yeah, I know that's what it was supposed to be a twist, but I never looked at it as a twist at all. It's like, well, no.
Right. No, they could have all lived. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I think that I felt a little rushed on that one, and I feel like had they put more, I almost can blame the director a little bit, or the editor, for like not staging it in a way where the audience doesn't figure it out. Like it should have been done in a way, because I actually think that's a really cool twist. Like we were all meant to live. Right. With Saw traps, typically people die. Like that's part of it. Like with the carousel, like 4 had to die. There was no way out of it to them. Yeah. A lot of the Saw 6 traps is like somebody's dying 100%.
Yeah. Like you're not going to be able to save everybody. At least somebody's going. Mm-hmm.
But so this is actually one of the only traps in the entire franchise. I'm actually trying to think if there's another one off the top of my head where everyone's supposed to survive it.
Right.
I guess Jigsaw maybe?
Yeah.
What I love about Jigsaw, one of the things that I do love about Jigsaw, I love that because it's his first game, things don't go perfectly.
Exactly. And that's a point I'll bring up later. But
yeah. So they like one breaks out and he has to go chase him down. Like, oh, fuck, I didn't fortify the wall enough or something. I love that about it. And then also, I love the whole notion that it was done 10 years later and that they keep finding these bodies. Mm-hmm. And the bodies like are never revealed to us because one's got their face melted off. Yeah. Bucket on its head. Mm-hmm. All that kind of stuff where you're like, it was very clever at how it hid that the characters. Now, is it a stretch to believe that they all died in similar ways and all that?
Sure.
But the whole franchise is a stretch.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't care. The stretch is not good enough for me. So anyway, yeah, the glass coffin is a really, really cool ending, but not that interesting of a trap itself.
Right.
All right, next one.
The next one of my honorable mentions, I got the Venus flytrap from the opening of Saw 2. Mm-hmm. It was kind of playing off the reverse bear trap a little bit. It's like, okay, how can we do something similar? But let's kickstart the movie with this. And for that reason, I thought the Venus flytrap was a nice little cold open trap. I like, the video footage of you see John, but he's like limping and shit. It's like, oh, he's not doing that well. Well, even though we find out later it's not what it seems. But again, Saw has this really cool thing about making everything feel dirty and using all these like greens and blues and stuff throughout the franchise. And that green room, I mean, it was really cool. So, I gotta have an honorable mention for Venus flytrap.
They ditched the color, aspect in Jigsaw. That didn't look like a Saw film at all.
And it kind of looks like they're doing that with Spiral as well. Like,
and that's totally fine.
No, yeah, totally,
yeah, I don't mind that. I don't know what the decision on the green filter is over all the films, but they did it, and I like it. I'm fine with it, and I'm fine with it that they didn't do it in Jigsaw. Like, because I remember, like, I'll watch Jigsaw now, and I have the 4K.
Yeah, me too, man.
It blows all the other films away, like quality wise. It looks like a totally different fucking franchise. It's crazy clean.
Yeah,
it's super super good looking. But yeah, the Venus flytrap. So a question that I guess I should be posing, and of course we have no real answer to this question, but regardless, it'll still be fun to do. Do you think you would survive this trap is going to be the question.
Ooh. Yeah. Do I think I could survive the Venus flytrap?
Could you cut into your eye to get a key behind it?
There's a lot I'd probably do to myself to survive one of these traps, but cutting through my eye is probably not one of them. So.
Okay, so we find out obviously in Saw 7 that Dr. Gordon came in and put that key in his eye.
Right.
We see the incision where he went in. So he would have to go through that incision to get to where it is. Now, could he, I guess the question would be, could he, with his fingers, through that little hole? Probably not, right? He'd have to go through his eye.
Yeah.
So it's not an option to go through the slit because the slit's really just this thin where you slip the key through. Your fingers wouldn't go through that, and there's bone there. So you would literally have to cut through your fucking eyeball.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
What I feel like, though, I do feel like you could push your head against the wall and the thing would close on the wall.
Okay, yeah.
And I feel like you could stop because the thing's pretty high up.
Yeah.
So I do feel like he should have been chained in place so that he couldn't run over and do that. I do feel like he could get over to the wall and stop it, much like Hoffman stops the reverse bear trap in part 6, which is like, it's like one of my favorite fucking things of the franchise.
Like, yeah, that is like not only one of my favorite endings in the franchise, it's one of my favorite things in the whole franchise. Yeah, for sure.
It is my favorite ending. I'm telling you, everything about Saw 6 to me is the best.
It's like, it's pretty high up there.
Love it. I love it. I love the fucking reveal where Hoffman turns around and screams and the whole side of his face is cut.
Yeah.
You see in his teeth. Oh, it's the best. And then the reveal, the twist at the end. Oh, and then fucking who it's done to, the insurance companies and all.
Oh, yeah.
It's after my heart, man. It's after my own heart. And that it reveals like one of the biggest twists, if not the biggest twist in the franchise, where Hoffman set up Amanda.
With the note,
with the letter, that
happy little accident,
3 movies later. So no, man, Saw 6 all day. I will defend it as the best Saw film.
I'm right there with you, man. That's pretty good.
So anyway, look at this. We're getting them.
All right.
Dan says his eyes suck, so why not to get rid of them? So
sure,
yeah.
And now, you know what, Dan? You got another one, so you'll be all right.
Yeah. And Captain Ron can go with that one. And Snake Plissken.
There you go.
You're taking fucking Kurt Russell's eyes in a lot of movies. Didn't they replace his eyes in Soldier as well?
I believe so, yeah.
Soldier's written and directed by Paul W. Sanderson, right? If I remember correctly.
Was it? Maybe. I don't remember.
I'm almost positive, which is just crazy to me because he just makes such shit now. But he used to make Event Horizon and freaking, the first Resident Evil and Mortal Kombat. And he used to make cool flicks.
The first Death Race movie.
Death Race.
I love that movie.
Cool film. Yeah, but now he makes like Monster Hunter.
Yeah. It was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, but not written by.
Oh, not written, but it was directed. Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, it was directed by.
That's a really cool movie. All right, next honorable mention, yet again, another one that is just because of the outcome, and this is probably, let's see, this is probably my favorite, like, how do I say this? Well, whatever. It's the water cube.
Okay.
The fact that the fact that Strom finds a fucking pen, jams it into his fucking into his throat, gives himself a tracheotomy, and then fucking pulls it and then breathes through it is amazing. Yeah. It's such a fantastic opening.
Yeah,
I love it. The trap itself is unwinnable. It's stupid. It's just a fucking box. You put water in it. There's nothing to the trap.
Hoffman got sloppy and left a pen.
Yeah, but what Strom does, and then when Hoffman sees him, he's supposed to be the survivor.
We got a live one. What the fuck did you just say?
Wait, what? No live ones. Well, we sure as shit know that it ain't Detective Matthews. If anyone didn't survive, woo!
Yeah, boy.
Fuck, man.
He went through some shit, didn't he?
I'll never forget. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you put a bunch of fucking people in prison for setting them up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and then when he that's another one right there. There's another great outcome is when he smashes his foot.
Oh, yeah.
And then just snaps it and pulls his fucking foot out.
Yeah.
Whoo!
and then there's that epic fight with Amanda, like right after that, and it's like,
you're not Jigsaw, bitch.
Right?
You're nothing. Oh man, I've seen these so many times. I love them. I love them. I could talk about this shit all day. I can do this all day. I'm fucking Captain America.
I could do this all day.
I know. All right. So your last honorable mention.
My last honorable mention is going to be I think it's called the horsepower trap. It's the trap in Saw 3D in the garage with Chester Bennington in it. Again, some of it goes a little bit over the top, but man, it's so like, ooh. And of course, Chester Bennington with his iconic screaming just really added a lot to that scene as well. The shots of him trying to pull his back off, it's like, it's amazing. But it's great. It's in the best way possible, and one of the highlights of that whole movie for sure.
It's so fucking graphic. It's arguably in the top 3 most graphic kills in the entire fucking series. It's so gory. It's so graphic. The way the tire hits that girl's face, just everything. Now, little piece of trivia here.
Scream Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah. So I watched both seasons of Scream Queens because I'm a Saw freak. And the girl who chops off her arm in part 6 and returns in part 7, she won the first season. And the girl who is just put under the tire was who won season 2. But she's actually had a decent career in horror. I followed her career after she did films like The Millennium Bug and Murder Loves Killers 2. And she was, the star of both. And she was also actually put into Chillerama by one of the directors who worked on season 2 because he was so pissed at what a bit part she got.
Oh, yeah. I thought she got like the short end of the stick with that. I was like, wait a minute. But
to be fair, all they said was you will get a part.
Right.
Right. The girl,
Tanidra Howard.
Tanidra. I remember, she read for the part and she did such a great read for them that they offered it the opening.
Right.
And when she's hacking her arm off, she looks insane.
I'm like, shit.
Which I want to say is my last honorable mention.
Oh, nice segue.
The pound of flesh. I love this one. I think that this one is so evil. Like, who can cut more off of themselves? And you pit this small, tiny little girl against this big old fat guy who has 200 pounds on her, and it's literally a weight competition. It's evil.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if that was, I believe, the first time in the franchise where the characters woke up that actually knew each other outside. If I remember correctly.
The first time in the franchise that 2 people knew each other in a trap. Let's see. That's Saw 6.
Yep.
Let me see. Saw 5. No, that's not true. Okay, it's kind of true because in part 5, the reporter knew all of them.
The investigative journalist for the Herald.
Yeah. Watch your tongue. Then I'm trying to say, all right, let's see. Part 4.
Well, I guess Hoffman and
Oh yeah, no, that's not true. Because Rigg knew that fucking asshole who he had to punch in the face.
That's true.
In part 4. Okay, and he knew the mom as well.
Well, then just throw that out the window then.
So yeah, the two. I mean, the mom, right. the mom and the dad were back to back, and she has to pull the fucking things out of him. Yep. She knows him. She's fucking married to him. I love that whole. I love what he's saying to her though, like about her broken bones and like, will you cut yourself again or like hurt yourself again to tie the whatever the fuck he says.
With time, the bruises will heal. His, however, will not, or something like that.
That's like, actually a really clever trap.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything in case it's on your list, but I think it's a very clever trap. Okay.
I think so too.
So I think it's time for the top 10. Here we go. You guys need to point up every time you say the Herald. Yeah, exactly. The Herald.
The Herald.
So we did not stick with what's the dumbest decision someone made in a Saw film? We'll answer that in a second. I can tell you one right off the top of my head, and that is Obi.
The fuck is Obi?
Yeah.
But yeah, name. Obi. Which is a good segue because the furnace from Saw 2 is my number 10.
Is it?
We'll just segue right into that. Yeah, I mean, Abby, what a dick. But yeah, if you guys don't know, it's the one where he crawls into the furnace and then he gets the one and then he's got to pull the other one down. The door closes, flames start. And what I love about this trap is in the tape before he goes in, Jigsaw says one short, and hell, only the devil can help you out. And then if you look, there's a shot of a little devil drawing with a twisting on it. So, I mean, the dude could have gotten away out and he just fucking stood there like, I'm like, you come on. But it's still great. And I think anything with fire can be terrifying because just the thought of burning alive is pretty scary.
So my question for Saw 2 is what happens if any one of those guys gets the cure and takes it? They just go and like sit by the front door and like just wait for everyone else to die, or like what?
I mean, I don't know.
No one got to. I mean, well, people did get to take it,
right?
But not in the way that they intended to take it. Daniel gets shot up with it by Amanda, which, if you watch, Amanda never is sick throughout the whole thing. So
exactly,
she has the antidote the entire time.
Yep.
But I mean, Amanda was definitely put in danger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Xavier,
she was in the house with a psychopath. Yeah.
Xavier,
that dude was off his rails, wasn't he?
Crazy, 100%. So, but what happens? Like, let's say Abi gets out and he grabs the first one. I'm shocked Abi even went for the second one.
Honestly, yeah, it's like because you have one, and that bastard was so selfish he could have just taken that. And
well, what he would have done in reality, especially is this fucking he looks like a heroin addict from what I can tell.
Right,
he would have taken that needle and he would have shot it into himself instantaneously, so no one could try to take it for him before he got out.
Yep, that's a good point.
So he would have just grabbed it and been like, "Boom, okay, I'm safe." And this is where I was trying to say before, you said segue, and it's fine. You cut me off. I don't care. But my point being with Charles' thing was that what was stupid about Abi to me is what I would have done if I was him is I would have grabbed the first one. And as soon as I saw that the shit didn't close, I'd have shot it into myself. I would have got right the fuck out of there. And I've been like, anybody else who wants the other one,
come get it. Yep, come get it.
All yours.
Yeah.
So that is where he's an idiot to me.
Yep.
But yeah, so that would be my answer. And then so would you survive the furnace trap?
I think that one's very easy to survive, actually. If you don't even have to think that hard. It's like,
but in the moment, are you really gonna like see it? You know what I mean? Like, when you're like put in that situation, it's very hard to see through. You're like, you're scared and whatever. Although Abby is somebody who's like, if you're gonna put a knife to my throat, cut me a little.
Yeah,
like he's fucking crazy. This
right.
guy's calm as fuck until his body's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, I mean, everyone's tough until they're on fire.
But even then, yeah, if I'm just stuck in that furnace and I'm looking around trying to find a way out, I see the knob that says twist. I'll try to reach my hand. I'll get burned up, but like I think it's easily survivable. Yeah.
So okay, in that scene, we see the twisty knob with the devil point in the arrow that's saying "turn me," right? We see the perspective of the camera showing us that, and we see Abby looking in a general direction. Is that his point of view and him seeing it, or are we being shown it?
Oh, that's a good point. Now just said, I think we're just seeing it. It'd be like, hey, there was a way he could have gotten out, but he just, right, yeah.
Because
I think that's what it was. You're right.
Just like in the, I don't even know what to call this. The like the Chinese finger cuffs. The girl ends up in.
Yeah.
If you look at the very top of that, there's a key.
Right.
There are not a key. There's a lock.
Yeah.
At the very, very top of it. And it's that key they found earlier that never worked on anything. So they like the movie completely like gives everybody a way out.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. I love that, all those things are explained and it's like, well, they never could have got out. Hopefully there's a colorist like myself in there that knows the actual order of the color of a rainbow.
Right.
So yeah, if anyone's ever wondering what's the over the rainbow is you got to put it in the, but this is something I don't understand. No safe combination is fucking 6 numbers long.
Right. You know what? Yeah. Yeah. Like, so, I don't care how big the safe is. No, it's not.
I'm very, very confused on that. I'm very, very confused on that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that I just got to let go or else it's going to really bug me.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just the first 3. I do love that Xavier is like, she's like, how are you going to get your number? And he's just like,
oh, dude. He's like, shit, I never thought about that. Hang on.
He's like,
I love how he tries to look in the mirror.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He tries to look in the knife or the flick. He's like, God damn it, I got to do this shit, don't I?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is true. I think in Scary Movie 4, for the scene where Dr. Phil and Shaq are spoofing Saw, they recreated the Saw bathroom exactly, and they actually used it for Saw 6 or something.
I think it was Saw 3 is when they
that far back.
I think they because I have to look at the timetable again because I'm not exactly sure on the time frame, but I think if I remember right, Scary Movie 4 built a replica of the Saw trap, and then they were done with it. And then when they went to do Saw 3 for the bathroom setups flashback, I think that's the bathroom they used. So
okay, yeah, I think they used the Scary Movie bathroom, which is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Meg. Unfortunately, the dude was black, and that was the only color that was gonna show up on him.
But dude, Jonas held his own up with that fight with Xavier. Yeah. Like he put up a pretty good fight.
The only reason he lost is because he started coughing up blood.
Yeah, dude. I think it could have taken him if he didn't start coughing.
Yeah, he's hard in the yard, bro.
He is, bro.
All right, so my number 10 is the bedroom trap from Saw 4.
Okay.
So for those of you who are not going to know the names of these traps, this is the one where the rapist has to sacrifice his eyeballs and get them whoosh, whoosh, or they're going to rip his fucking limbs off. Mm-hmm. And he does not make it in time, and it is a glorious death. I mean, just to watch
it is
a piece of shit like this.
I was going to say that one's justified. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what they point out, when Strom asks Agent Perez, like, what do you feel when you see this? And she's like, outraged. You know, like, I want this guy fucking dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is what he's trying to show Rig. And they, oh God, Saw 4 is so great. He tells straight up, he's just like, you know, do nothing. Like, stay home. Every single time he leaves, every time he goes somewhere, he gets people killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and as he says, they had to save themselves.
Yep.
I love it.
Let go of your obsession to save everybody. Let them save themselves. And just stay home.
He gets everyone killed by going out and trying to save people.
Yeah, way to go, a-hole.
Yeah, what an asshole. But yeah, just to see, could I sacrifice my eyes to live? Both of them.
I was going to say both of them. Damn.
I don't know. I think one of the things with this trap is that, like, the blades are so long they pierce your brain. I'm not sure you'd live through that one.
Right.
But regardless, let's say you did. My eyes are my life. Dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Being blind is like, that's like the worst for me. Like, that's like that's like my worst fear is to fucking go blind.
Lose your eyesight. Yep.
Sight is like everything to me. I'm a film fanatic. I mean, couldn't watch movies anymore. Oh my God. I just could not imagine living my life with my eyes. But then again, would I want my kids to grow up without their father because I didn't want to be blind?
That's true.
But can I think about that in 20 seconds? I don't know.
I was gonna say fuck.
Yeah, that's brutal. But man, it's brutal. I love it. I love to, I think you'll see kind of a theme in some of mine is that, like, I love watching. And to be fair, that's kind of like one of the gimmicks of the franchise, but I think there's people that are way more guilty than others.
Absolutely. 100%.
And so to watch this guy, who we watch a video of him fucking, like, raping a girl. Oh, it's so awful.
Yeah.
You're like, kill this guy.
And you're like, here's your proof on how much of a piece of shit this guy is. So, yeah.
So could I sacrifice my eyes? Maybe. I don't know. That's tough. That's kind of like the Saw 5 trap where you have to sacrifice your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, my hands too, though.
I think I would feel better about one hand than both of my eyes. So.
No, but it's both your hands.
Oh yeah, both of your hands. Correct.
Saw 5, he has to crush them both. Yeah. Crush your bones.
Oh, you're talking about the pendulum. I thought you were talking about the one where they all have to stick their one arm in the at the end.
I feel like with that, with surgery, you might be able to get your hand back.
Yeah.
Do you think that chick lived? Because we know the junkie did.
I think she did, but just barely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So moving on, number 9.
Number 9. This might be a little bit controversial because of how loved this trap is, and I love it too. But compared to the other ones on this list, number 9, I got the rack trap from Saw 3.
Okay.
Which again, it's a trap I love, and I love the Christ metaphor that it has. By the way, it's on a cross, and it specifically shows nails in the foot, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
But the way it just starts twisting, you're like, how far is this thing actually going to twist? And then you see it, and the gore is some of the best gore in the entire franchise, and in my opinion, I would say so. And it, again, with the whole thing with Jeff being face to face with the person responsible for the death of his son, it's like, could you forgive him now after all you've been through tonight? Do you think you can forgive this guy, or are you just going to let him die? So it's a very interesting thing to see how that plays out ultimately, I think it's
also interesting that Jeff does ultimately try to save him. And he also says, I forgive you.
Yep.
Now, I mean, obviously he doesn't end up saving him.
Right. But
to the point where, though, I have to believe, unless this is explicitly said somewhere in the franchise that I'm forgetting, I think when we see that flashback, when Hoffman's fucking with the rack, he made it impossible for him to get him out of there.
It's implied for sure, but I don't think it's specifically said. Yeah,
I don't think they said, but I do believe that Hoffman fucked with that trap.
Yeah, because when Amanda walks in and she's looking at John, she's like, "Told you he'd fuck with it." So yeah, I think it's very heavily implied that that's exactly what he was doing.
Because he's fucking with everything. I mean, he fucks with that whole game. He makes sure that Amanda can't do it. You know,
he makes sure nobody gets out alive.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
That's his whole thing.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that is absolute proof, concrete proof. Because as Strom finds out, he's like, "You were supposed to be the lone survivor." You know. So that makes perfect sense, though. So yeah, Hoffman definitely sabotaged that, which then makes me wonder if when the judge takes the fucking key, you know, or no, I'm sorry, the judge is standing over there, and then when Jeff takes the key and he lets it go, the gun goes off. Like, was that rigged as well? Because he figured it out, but it still fucking went off.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I don't know. It definitely makes you think, and that's another thing I just love about this franchise is no matter how many times you watch it, you're still always thinking about stuff like that. You know, it's very much like, well, wait a minute, it's not entirely clear, but maybe.
Hoffman got pretty fucking lucky that the judge just so happened to be standing in front of the
right
when it went off. Like, why the okay? Here's the question. This is actually I just thought about this right now, and I don't think I've ever thought about this before. Why the fuck, when Jeff is trying to get at this shotgun, would the fucking judge be standing in front of the gun?
Right.
This makes no sense.
No.
He be as far to the right of that thing as possible.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, you're going over there to get the gun.
Like,
Let me just stand back here."
You done with it yet? Yeah. Doing nothing is the same as murder.
You're an accomplice to murder, Jeff.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. You corrupt piece of shit. Yeah, I didn't feel nothing for that guy.
Yeah.
And okay, to defend Jeff really quick, because I know a lot of people are like down on Jeff and think he takes too long.
Yeah, I never got that.
Never at all. That's the whole journey of him.
Yeah.
It's a guy who legitimately could not get over the vengeance that he felt. And he's tasked with this right up close and personal experience of this girl who was the witness, the judge, the fucking guy who killed him. The whole thing is in front of him, and he has to deal with this in a moment's notice. And he's sitting there, and he's like, the whole time, he's like sitting in his son's room with a fucking loaded revolver. Like, this guy wants revenge. Bad.
Yeah.
You know? So to me, I'm sitting there like, I'm just surprised he didn't just say, "Fuck all of you."
Right.
Ultimately, he tries to save every single one of them.
He does. He might be a little late sometimes.
He is a little late. He's a little late to the ice girl.
But at least he does try. He's like, you know what?
He does.
I'll try to save him. So
he does not try. He does not let one single person die up until Amanda.
Because literally he had an option to just stand there and let them die without even trying to do a damn thing about it. He could just stay there and be like, "Die, motherfucker."
And I don't blame him at all for the Amanda thing because, you know, look at his wife. His wife is fucking bleeding to death.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, this bitch did it and I have you at gunpoint? You know, to me, I'm just like, 100%. Now, of course, it's very convenient. He shoots her in a place where she's going to bleed to death and get to hear that she failed, you know? And also, I don't think that Jigsaw could swallow that tape. Let's just be honest. There's no way that thing's getting done.
Dude, the thing I always think about is if you imagine if Jeff would have spared John would have lived, and he had to pass that tape. He's like, "Oh, big mistake."
Yeah. Really big. He was dying.
Yeah.
He was dying. I mean, Lynn bought him hours.
Yeah.
She said that. She's like, this will buy him hours.
Yeah.
You know, like he's dying. It's over for him. And it's interesting too, because we get like, as much as that was supposed to be the end, we got a lot of like stuff for the next few films. And huge, enormous kudos to Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan.
No easy task for following up with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they literally like grabbed them and were like, "Hey, you want to take over a franchise where we've killed both of the main killers?"
Right, exactly.
and you're supposed to take it from here. And who thought? I mean, walking into part 4, you're thinking, "Oh, this is Jeff's game." Like that's what I'm expecting. He's going to be like put to another game. What was Jeff's game? We never see it.
It's been a long time since I read this, but there's an original draft of Saw 4, the Saw 4 script, and it's a lot of it has a lot of the same stuff going on, but at the same time, a lot of it's very different because the movie starts off, or at least the original script started off, with Jeff kind of like in Saw 5, where Strahm finds that secret door in that room that John and Amanda were in. Well, Jeff kind of finds the same thing. He goes down this hallway, and he actually sees that blender type trap that we eventually see in Jigsaw.
Wow.
And what we see is the guy who says, "I want a divorce," to Lynn. He's there. He's got monitors, so he's seen everything that happened and said shit like, "You killed it." Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah,
and then like
Eric, the guy who's fucking your wife.
Dude, I gotta send you this script, man. I gotta find. I think I still have the link somewhere, but it's like Eric.
Tell me about it.
I don't remember every little detail, but like Eric is out walking around and shit, like he's not held captive. Like they explain a different way how he got out, and he's in like the rig position where he has to go around the whole city, throw out all these traps, and it's like, damn, this would have been very interesting if they would have went that route. But yeah, he had like a whole nother thing.
I feel like Hoffman is very much set up in Saw 3 to be the successor. Like the way that, like what he says to Rig and them when they're in there and they're investigating, he's just like, what does he say to them? That's like, he's given, what was it? After the guy, the native guy gets blown up, and he says to them something like, all he had to do.
Yeah.
And he's all he had to do?
All he had to do was rip out the chains and walk out the door.
That one was unwinnable as well.
Right.
That one was completely unwinnable.
All he had to do was like, that's a Jigsaw.
What are you going to do? Rip your fucking jaw off?
Right.
It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway. All right. So what are we on? We're number 9. Or did I do I did my number 10. I went first, and then you went second?
I think so. I don't remember. Let's see. I know my next one will be my number 8. Because I've been erasing them as we go.
Yeah. You did the rack. So you did go first. Okay. So next up, number 9 is also from Saw 4, and that is the Mausoleum. I really like this one a lot. I like the pitting of the blind versus the mute.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very neat. I think where a lot of people give this shit, and I can see it to a degree, that Art Blank, all of a sudden is able to rip his lips free.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that that's a silly choice, because why wouldn't he have done it earlier if he could? To me, I just feel like it finally broke loose. Like he was like trying the whole time and he couldn't get it going. And then after he kills somebody, he's like so outraged by what he's just done that he kind of he pushes it so hard it finally breaks.
It's the adrenaline, I think, that plays into it. Yeah.
So I don't have an issue with it, but I do think it might have been a silly decision to have him rip his lips open last second. I get that it's kind of like the gory graphic blood to then reveal the title.
Yeah.
You get aesthetically why they did it. I just think from a story point that I'm not sure him ripping his lips open in that moment. Although, to be fair, let me think. What does he have for tools in that situation? Could he have pried it open? Because he beats a guy with something.
See, I don't think he has anything that could pry his lips open, right?
Yeah. But I do like,
as far as I can recall, anyway.
I like that the guy kind of wakes up and he's like, "Who is that? What are you?" And he's like, "Leave me alone." And he's like, Who wouldn't? Yeah, who wouldn't?
Right.
If they had that,
Yeah.
And so they fight, and he keeps like going like, "Fucking
right." Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I love that pitting of just like, and that's a really long opening. It's actually probably my favorite opening in the franchise because you get the crazy autopsy scene.
Dude, like how detailed and like
realistic,
graphic that autopsy was. And it's not gross because it's like arms ripping apart. It's gross because this is real. Like this, I buy this as an autopsy.
I've watched an autopsy, so it's very
much.
Yeah, it's very realistic. It's wild. But I think it's a really cool. I think it's a really cool idea. I like this idea of pitting someone who can't talk versus someone who can't see.
Right.
And they're kind of being pulled closer and closer to each other. And they could have both got out of that.
Yeah.
You know, but they just couldn't communicate. And that's, you know, it's lack of communication. I love it. You know, I think that's great. So really cool, inventive idea. And, you know, just to see Art kind of have to go and kill this guy. And then obviously it's revealed later that he's yet in another one. This poor fucking guy gets put through. No.
Man, so, you kind of wish if you were in a Saw trap, you kind of wish you do die, because if you live, you're probably going to come back for some more. And you're like, nah, just kill me this time. And
yeah, people do make an appearance again for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Number 8.
My number 8 is from Saw 3 again. And this one's the chain trap that we were talking about earlier. Again, I like this because the first 3 movies had this a lot, but the trap's very small scale. You know what I mean? It's just one person, one room. There's a little bit of
it was?
What?
What did you say it was?
The chain trap, where he's got to rip the chains out of all of them. We were just talking about that one earlier. Yeah. It's like, it's smaller scale.
I thought you said the train trap.
Oh,
I was like, that's the most extravagant fucking one in the goddamn franchise. It's a dream. That's how extravagant it is.
Yeah. The chain trap. With Troy. Yeah. And in the classroom. And again, the concept seems pretty winnable. Obviously, it was rigged, as we find out later. But yeah, I mean, just ripping chain. And he got some of them. It's like, okay, I could probably pull out some of these and be all right. But then others, I would be like, that one's got to stay in or something. But so yeah, I just like the whole idea of this trap more than anything. So yeah.
But the trap before they even find out that the room is sealed and it's unwinnable is unwinnable. He can't pull the ring out of his jaw.
True.
That's an impossible. Even if the room had a window he could jump through, there's no way you can't. What is he going to do? He's going to rip his jaw off his fucking body?
Yeah.
You can't fucking rip your jaw off and live. So to me, that one is completely out of control, unwinnable. And there's no reason to even seal the room and to give away that the trap was unwinnable. So to me, that's just nonsense. Like that whole trap, I'm like, bro, through the jaw? Absolutely not. But yeah, so I'm really, this is interesting. Your picks. This is cool. I like to see different ones because, you know, these are ones that I'm actually not huge on. So that's funny.
That's a good comparison then.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, so number 8 for me, right?
Yep, you're number 8. So,
like you said earlier, I think a lot of people thought this was going to be much higher. One in particular, and that is the rack. I heard already, you know, we'd already talked about this enough.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to ask you whether or not you would have survived the chain one. That's impossible. You can't get out of that one. So there is no winning that one. And then the mausoleum. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely rather be the guy with the eyes in that situation.
Yeah, so I can at least see what's going on. Shit.
Yeah, I have an advantage with my eyes.
So. Exactly.
If I had my eyes, would I survive that one? Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the rack. I mean, I kind of said everything about this. I like the emotion behind this trap a lot. I think that this is like, you know, one of the harder tests in the franchise as far as like asking Jeff to forgive the guy who killed his kid.
Exactly.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot. And, you know, just to like, I remember being in the theater and for everybody, this is Jigsaw's personal favorite trap.
Yeah.
As he says,
which I thought that was cool that Jigsaw said what his favorite trap was. Like, I like that a little bit. Like,
I think that was a meta moment, and I think that was the writers saying this is our favorite trap we've done.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And it's a great trap. I mean, it is. It's fucking brutal. It's vicious. It's mean spirited. It's like, it's not they all start breaking at once. It's one leg, one arm, and then your neck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like It's so drawn out. It's
Yeah.
so drawn out on this guy. It's fucking Jesus. It's brutal.
I mean, at least he's given Jeff a little extra time to think on that one.
Would I like let this guy go if he killed my kid? I mean, I don't know, man. He was a college student who was drinking, right? He was drinking.
Yeah, drunk driver accident, yeah.
And it was during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's day drinking and going out and killing my kid and getting away with it. Ooh, I don't know, man. Where Jeff's at mentally and where I'd be. No.
I don't think I would be there at that point yet.
I'd be like, well,
Yeah, let's get a beer. Don't worry about it, bro. It's
yeah.
Like, I don't think that, I don't.
Yeah, I know, man. No, I couldn't. But anyway, all right. Number 7.
All right, my number 7 is yet another unwinnable trap, the pendulum. I just love the way that Saw 5 opens with this. I just like the whole room. I like that we don't know who we really don't know who any of these cold open characters are for the most part. But like, you don't know who this guy is. You see Jigsaw, or you see Billy the puppet, or whatever you want to call him, on the TV, and the pendulum just starts coming down. He's got a sticky. Like, I just like, again, unwinnable. I know there was no way for that to win, but I do like the way the whole scene plays out and the whole idea of it. Other than it being rigged on purpose, but like, if this was just a normal John Kramer trap, we should say, where there was a way you could survive. Then I just thinking it of that way. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with this one, and the way that Seth is screaming like it was an accident, and you're like, wait, what was an accident? Like, there's so many details about this guy.
Fucking girlfriend to death,
right, ear to ear. By the way, It was an accident. Bullshit. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but there's something about the pendulum in Saw 5 and just the way that one opens that really just has me like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. No, it's a good opening. And it's a great looking trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the more like elaborate, really like cool looking traps. Mm-hmm. I like how big it is. I mean, Hoffman really went overboard.
That one was straight up murder.
This one is crazy huge. This is like, this was his first trap. Mm-hmm. And then Jigsaw's like talking about inferior work and all this. I'm like, bro, that thing looks better than anything you've done.
I'm like, let's think canonically, what have you done so far leading up to this? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. He's like, oh, tempered steel and this and that. And I'm like, bro, look at this fucking monstrosity of the trap.
And
what
have you
done so far?
That's another thing I want to add to why I like the pendulum trap, is because pretty much the cold open traps are just there, they happen, and they're kind of done with that. But this one in particular, it comes back and plays a major part into the story later on. So I had to add that element into there as well.
Yeah, it's good. And what's his name? Simon or something? Or
Seth.
That's it.
Right now you are feeling hopeless.
Yeah.
That whole
I like how he looks over and he's like, what was I supposed to do?
Right. He's like, what the hell?
Fuck you. Fucking, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is it was an accident. Okay.
Yeah. What an asshole. But yeah, I like when the pendulum hits and it like literally like throws his fucking guts like against the wall. It's gnarly. And I like that Hoffman's sitting there like watching it like a little peeping Tom. Mm-hmm. Fucking crazy.
It's like, let me just make sure he's actually gonna die first before I walk away.
Oh yeah, no, but he just wanted to get off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I don't know. I guess he should. Like, I was thinking for a second, does the guy even really need to play the game? Hoffman could have been in the room.
Sure.
And been like, you fucking killed my sister, you prick. Like,
right. It's not like he was gonna make it out alive anyway.
Right. So to me, I feel like whilst that works for the story, I'm not really sure Hoffman wouldn't have been the guy to go in there and be like, I'm killing you for killing my sister.
Right.
I want you to know I'm staging this to look like a jigsaw trap.
Right.
Fuck you.
I mean, the only explanation I would have, which I don't think so, maybe there's a possibility that there was a camera in that room somewhere and he just couldn't show his face. I don't know, but that's a stretch. You know what I mean?
think it would have been a good addition had Seth Baxter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I know the name. I think what would have been a cool reveal had the pendulum trap. Although I do like that it comes to a stop and then it's like Saw 5 because it's the V.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
I don't like that title card, by the way. That's like the one title card. I'm just like, this is lame.
Yeah. So I think what might have worked there is had it been we see Seth defeated, right? He's been mortally wounded, and he looks over, what could I have done, and then whatever, and it says Saw 5, whatever. And then when Jigsaw is testing him, and he puts the shotgun to his face and all that, he could have done a flashback where then he walked into the room and been like, "It was me, motherfucker."
Oh,
eliminated that, right?
Yeah,
I think that would have worked. So that could have been a cool addition, but I'll fill my head canon in and say he did that.
Yeah.
Why not?
There you go.
Yeah. I'm going with that, but that would have been a cool little addition. But that's just it. I mean, these guys were making these films so fast that the fact that they got as much right as they did.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm going to forgive little silly things like this.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, all right. So my number 7.
Yep.
I think that this one is just like, there's so much going on in this one to me that's fucked up. I've always loved this one. It's from Saw 1, actually. And this is the flammable jelly safe.
Yeah.
I think that this one is really smart. This is like, there's a million numbers written on the wall. You're covered in a flammable substance. There's a fucking one single fucking candle and a box of matches, and you have to light this thing very carefully, and you have to walk barefoot on broken glass while
like there's so much in this like one little small space. It's like
it's so evil.
Yeah,
it's such an evil trap.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I don't know, man. And all the guy's sin was fucking pretending he was sick to get welfare checks. That seems like the punishment does not fit the crime on that one.
Right, like I don't think he really fits your bill here, but okay.
No, he's cheating the system, and I get it; it's wrong, but
it is wrong.
Really deserve one of the fucking most brutal saw traps.
Like you put a lot of work into that one for that guy.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
What? Actually, now that I think about it, what did the guy do in Saw that Amanda cuts open? What was his crime? I don't even know. Does he say it on tape?
I think I don't remember if they said or not, but that's supposed to be her drug dealer.
Oh,
that's supposed to be it's supposed to be the guy who sells her drugs, and she walks over, she sees him, who appears to be dead, and he says you got to cut open into it to get the key or whatever. He appears dead because he's like knocked the fuck out on drugs and shit, but. And then that last moment where he's opening up his eyes, which shout out, that is producer Oren Cools right there. I think they said something about how that was like her drug dealer or drug dealer or something.
He's not shown in the fucking series again to be her drug dealer.
Actually, no, he was shown again. I think
was he?
In Saw 4. I think it was right when the whole thing with the Jill baby thing happens. You see a couple guys walking out of the clinic as she's closing up. One's the mausoleum guy, and then the other one is Oren Cools, the drug dealer. So maybe he was addicted. Maybe he was addicted to drugs and just like sold it on the side and stuff like that.
I don't ever think I caught that one. I didn't realize that was the same guy. That's cool. Okay, so that explains that. Good. I'm glad I have an answer for it. I never thought about it before, and I didn't recognize the guy in the other film. So that's cool. All right. So number 6 for you.
Number 6. This is a very fucked up trap. It's the hanging room from Saw 6, the one where Williams got to hold the two things. He's got to pick between his assistant and
it's called the gallows.
The gallows, yes, thank you. But yeah, that trap again. It's not super big scale. There's really not much to it, but it's so effective. It's like, okay, motherfucker. According to your policy, your secretary's older and weaker. And I'm like, everything about this whole sequence right here, the music, the way that William's trying to feel like shit. Maybe my system is pretty fucked up, and he's like, I don't want to have to choose that. Everything about Saw 6, as you were saying, but everything about that particular scene, it's yeah. Come on, count me in on that one.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's and it really puts this guy to the test for sure. Yeah, it's a fantastic one. I will save my thoughts on it for later. So
honestly, that one was higher for a little while, but then I kind of like shifted some stuff around. But yeah, that one's pretty good.
Sure. All right. So number 6 is, geez, let me think here. Number 6 might be, I don't know. They're all so fucked up, but I remember seeing this, and this is from Saw 7, the final chapter. Supposedly the final chapter. And I just remember being in the theater because I saw every one of these opening night, midnight releases.
Same here.
We should have been best friends back then. Huh?
Right.
I had no one to go with me. I went to every one of them by myself. But I just remember being in the theater and watching this and being like, this is so fucked up. And this is the silent circle. Ooh. So this is the fish hook in the stomach.
Yeah.
And she's not allowed to scream as he yanks this thing up out of her. Otherwise, this thing will come in and pierce her throat. This is such an evil trap. This is so evil. How can you have a fish hook ripped out of your guts without screaming?
There's no way.
No way.
No fucking way.
And he's just like, why couldn't you just shut the fuck up?
I love that. I love that.
It's like, really, bro.
I know, but I love it so much still.
Yeah.
It's just the way he delivers it. He looks like, God damn it. Why didn't you just shut the fuck up? Like the way he delivers it, I love it.
Yeah. Well, because he wants to save her, he's a fucking, he's a fraud, and he's responsible for everyone's death in this entire fucking film, as much as William, right? In the 6th one. Yeah,
everything like for instance, the janitor in Saw 6 in the breathing room when they first wakes up, the way, because Jigsaw says something about him, he's continued to smoke even though he had, and everybody's like, oh, so he's in there because he's I'm like, no, he's in there because he's part of William's whole like game thing. He's not in there because he's a smoker,
right?
No, it's all William's fault. And then same thing with Bobby in Saw 3D. It's everything's because of him.
I think that the smoking janitor is punished because he works for a corrupt company.
Yeah.
And he, just by working there, it's like you're fucking guilty. I think that's a stretch. He's the fucking janitor. It's a little much. That's like Stuart Smalley, or no, Smalley. Stanley Spadowski from fucking UHF. Just like executing him because he works for fucking this shit company. I
piece of shit janitor. Like,
damn, brutal. But it's just, the whole point of Jigsaw's game is, your method got me killed and other people killed, and you're going to see it put to the test.
Yep.
And I love it. This is why part 6 is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's just William realizing how flawed. Now, had William lived, do you think he would have came out of there and quit the company, or like been like, we need a serious policy?
I honestly, I think he would have.
Yeah, I do too.
Because by the end, he's almost like a whole different, like he's got the gist of, okay, I see why everything's so flawed, and I can't keep doing that.
I believe the game worked on him.
I believe it did too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't his decision. Yeah.
No.
Which how brilliant was that twist, too, by the way? That was a great twist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The fucking family thing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. It's brilliant. So anyway, all right. Number 5 for you.
Number 5, I'm actually gonna go the reverse bear trap from the first Saw.
Like
it again, we are talking a little bit about this earlier, but I just love the idea. She wakes up, she's gotta cut the key out of this guy who appears to be dead. You find out, oh shit, he's not dead. And yeah, again, it's the editing, which we'll talk about that, I'm sure, in a couple of these other traps. But the way it's edited in like a very music video style, as is this whole franchise, really. But yeah, I love the music, the score here. I have a thing for Shawnee Smith, so I'm a little biased. But
all the way back at summer school, baby.
Exactly, and it's just it's like you see that poster shot of the reverse bear trap everywhere. Like, even if you're not a fan of these movies, you recognize that trap. It's like, oh, it's I don't know if you would call it the reverse bear trap.
It's the most iconic.
Yeah, like you definitely recognize, like, oh, that's Saw. So yeah, I really enjoyed Shawnee's performance in that scene, and in the follow-up, just talking to Tap and everything about what happened. So yeah, I love the reverse bear trap. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's the most iconic in the franchise, and that's why I put it as our background. So
I'll dig it, man.
Yeah, because it's the most recognizable trap in the franchise. So all right. Number 5 for me is the gallows. So, yep, Saw 6, it's my fucking jam. And just like watching him be tasked with making that decision, it's the emotional weight of that kill. And it's like, if you don't make a decision, they both die.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to make a decision. They're both going down. One has family, but she's not going to live as long. One is a total loner. He has nobody.
But his health is a lot better, right?
Yeah. So, like, who gets to live here? You get to make this decision every day. So it shouldn't be so fucking hard for you. Mm-hmm. And he ultimately picks the older woman, which completely goes against his fucking what he says is the right thing. So that's what's really interesting about that one to me. Is that right there is when he goes completely against what he's been, putting for years into the world.
Yep, exactly. Because the breathing room, he's like, oh shit, how do I get out of this? And that's pretty much all he's thinking about in that one. When he gets to that one, he has to go through this and really see how his policy is. He's like, okay, this shit isn't good. So, and then by the time he gets to the next one, then his mind is starting to get in a little bit of a different place. So it's that character progression, which is what Jigsaw wants. And I think that's why 6 and that whole William Easton story arc works so well.
Yeah. Number 4 for you. Yeah.
Number 4 is from Saw 7, Saw 3D, Saw the final chapter. Or Saw 3D, the traps come alive. Do you remember that tagline? The traps come alive. Like, okay. But, I'm going to say the teeth pull trap or the wisdom tooth trap. Whatever you call it. Again, so simple. Like, it's going to hurt like a bitch, but all you have to do is pull some teeth out and you're good. But, yeah, like Saw 3, the poster had teeth on it. So you're like, well, where was the fucking teeth trap? They ended up just using it for Saw 7. We still got it nonetheless. And, yeah, just the idea of having to pull out your own teeth. Like, that is something that I know a lot of people like fear and cringe at. It's like, I don't know if I could ever pull out my own tooth. And just imagining that. It's like, I know we're 7 movies deep into this franchise and the traps have gotten a little ridiculous, stuff like that. But I like the fact that after all of that, we go back to something smaller and simpler. And it's like, shit, this one's impacting me a little bit more than the rest of them have.
I guess that I should probably find that trap much more effective because I have.
Mm-hmm.
So many fucking teeth missing in my head.
Yep.
So because I was a broke motherfucker, could never afford to have these teeth fixed. But because I got a root canal without Novocaine, I think I can handle that one. That one I could for sure survive.
Again, it's pretty easy too. That's another thing. It's like just pull out a few teeth, put a number in the. Well, yeah, you're good.
I mean, if Tom Hanks can fucking knock out his tooth with a ice skate,
right?
You can fucking yank out some proper tools. So.
I mean, yeah, that's not that bad compared to.
It's a great idea, though. I agree with you. I think it's putting numbers on these fucking guys' teeth.
Which how he got the numbers on the back of his teeth, I don't. That's question. Whatever. I can let go. But
it's on the side, but there's no way you can see them.
I thought it was on the back. Okay.
No, that'd be impossible.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, wait a minute.
No, he could etch him into the side, but there's no way.
Right.
Without a mirror, you couldn't see it. So there's no mirror in the room. There's no way you get him out. So no, it makes sense. All right, number 4 for me was mentioned earlier by you, and it's from the same movie, Saw 7, Saw 3D, Saw fucking whatever, fucking final chapter, Saw 7, Electric Boogaloo. And this is the horsepower trap. I love it, man. I think it's absolutely, as I said before, I think it might be the most graphic
100%
one in the kill. It's so fucking over the top insane. Like when that tire comes down on her face, which actually reminds me of Death Proof.
Oh yeah.
Fucking tire across the face, very similar to that. But just to watch her face, as it comes down into her face, to watch the guy rip his fucking back off as he's trying to get at the thing, to watch that guy's jaw and his arm ripped off, and then the other one gets just creamed by the car. I love it, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Because the other guy's like tied to the fucking, the garage door in front of him, and he's just, It's like 4 deaths at once.
And just the way that Chester screams in that scene sells like every fucking emotion. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, but they're fucking Nazi skinheads, so who gives a fuck?
I know, you're not supposed to care, but I'm just saying, like, his scream elevates the scene, I feel. So I think that's why it was great that they threw him in there. Yeah.
No, for sure, man. It's great. And I remember watching it in the theater, and, I'm not a big Linkin Park fan or anything, but I was looking at him like, that looks a lot like the Linkin Park dude.
Yeah, he was a big Saw fan. Apparently, Mike, Mike from Linkin Park, lives next door to one of the lived next door to one of the producers, and Chester, I guess, was a big Saw fan. He just kept begging to be killed in the Saw movie, and so by the
which one died?
Chester was the one that died. That was the one.
Oh, he is the one that died.
Yeah. He passed away, but he was like a big Saw fan. Really wanted to be killed in the Saw trap, and I guess one of the other band members was like neighbors with one of the Saw producers. And
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm glad he got to do that.
How'd he die?
I think suicide.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Maybe it was a Saw trap.
Maybe.
They were like, "You really want to die in a Saw trap?"
His back was glued to a car seat.
Yeah, right. All right, number 3.
My number 3 is the shotgun carousel.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
This is a trap that I just love every fucking minute of. I like the idea of having like 6 people involved in one trap, plus the guy that's going through all the other rooms and shit. He can save 2. He's like 4 of them gotta go, but you can save 2. And they're all like pleading their case. And
I'm pregnant.
Right? No, she's not. She's lying. She's not. I love it. But yeah, just the whole banter back and forth between all the characters. The fact that William's like, shit, who do I believe? Which one? And that whole scene. The music is one of my favorite tracks in the entire Saw franchise soundtracks. I just really love the music in that scene as well. Yeah, so I got to give that one to the carousel.
Okay. Kaylee, I can't watch that one yet. So number 3 for me is in Saw 4. Saw 4 or Saw 5? Ooh. Saw 4. I think it's Saw 4. And this is Cecil's demise. The knife chair. This fucking thing. It's just the cringe of it. It's pushing your face through the fucking blade. And then just like, I love that he doesn't get through the first time. And he has to like go back.
He's like, God damn it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Just imagine pushing your face.
Not once, but twice.
I love this guy's performance.
Yeah, he's great.
I love it. He might be. I put him in maybe my top 3 favorite performances of people in a trap in this entire franchise. The shit he says, especially when like the chair breaks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're
fucking dead.
The way he talks, the way he does it. Oh,
I love when Jigsaw's like, do you understand what I'm saying? He's like, oh yeah, I understand. You're fucking nuts.
You're fucking nuts. Everything the guy said. The Cecil's so funny. He's so unintentionally funny.
I know he accidentally killed a baby, but I can't help but laugh at this guy.
Oh, for sure. He's fucking hilarious. He's so funny. Every word out of the guy's mouth. The way he like sells that shit when he gets up, and he's like, oh, he's just the best. It's but just this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so brutal. It's so brutal. Fuck, I love it. All right. All right. Well, if I look distracted, it's because I am for a second. But go ahead. Okay. Number 3, or is that number 3?
I'm on my number 2.
Okay.
I did my number 3 already. My number 3 was the carousel.
Oh, you're on number 2.
Yep. My number 2 is from Saw 2, The Needle Pit.
Oh yeah.
Again, this is another one that I think is pretty iconic. I mean, it's not like on any posters or anything really, but you mentioned Saw, you mentioned the Needle Pit. People typically know what you're talking about. And I like how this was meant for somebody else. Like Xavier goes in, he listens to his tape. It's meant for him, and he's like, "No, somebody's fucking going in there." He picks Amanda up. Like this guy's a fucking dick. Like he's more of a villain in this movie than Jigsaw is at this point. And then like a lot of people just don't like needles at all. And it looks like there's a lot of diseases in that pit. But yeah, the fact she's got it, like you see all the close-ups of them in her arm, and then later on you get the close-ups of her pulling them out. It's like, Shawnee Smith's performance in that scene is one of my favorite Amanda performances in the franchise for sure. Like, I just love everything about the Needle Pit.
Yeah, it's great, and I think it's like, I think of all the movies and all the traps and everything, I think it's probably the one that most people bring up as like the cringiest and the hardest.
It sticks with you the most, yeah.
It sticks with you. There you go. Unintentional humor. But yeah, no, I it's a great one. To me, I don't know. It's because it's not very thought out. There's no like, it's just a pit of needles. Like to me, it's not that interesting of a trap, but I do think that the effectiveness of Amanda in the trap is fantastic.
It's that switch that really is like shit.
Yeah, where she's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know,
fuck you, yeah.
Yeah, and then the fact that Xavier doesn't even get the key in.
He's just standing there. He's like, come on, we don't have time.
And I love how he blames her for it too.
Yeah.
He's like, it's nowhere near enough. It's nowhere near enough or some shit.
Not nearly enough or something like
that.
Not
nearly enough, yeah. Like, what a fucking asshole, man.
Okay, macho.
He's the worst. He's probably the biggest piece of shit in this entire fucking
I mean, honestly.
To pick a chick up and throw her in a needle pit like that.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's a good one. I just, as a trap, I don't love it. As an effective like moment, it's fantastic. So I'll definitely go. That would be an honorable mention, I think, for me.
Okay.
So number 2. All right, cool. Number 2 is a bit of a cheat. Just a little bit of one. Okay, I cheated here, and that is the reverse bear trap times 3.
Oh,
all 3 of them. Okay, so
okay,
it's the reverse bear trap, but all 3 times.
Okay.
So not only do we get the iconic, fucking most memorable trap in the entire franchise to everybody, to most people.
The poster shot.
That's great because he literally makes Amanda fucking murder somebody and she goes through with it. But also, in addition to that, then we get the amazing fucking Hoffman, getting out of it, actually outsmarting it, putting it to her hair, and he gets it off, and the whole side of his jaw is ripped off, which is just my favorite ending in the entire franchise.
It's incredible.
And then, of course, finally, in part 7, we get to see it go off and completely rip Bill Tuck's head off. This is beautiful to finally see that thing imagined for once, and just goosh, look at it. It looks like Gina Davis's fucking like
Beetlejuice. I was thinking that too. Yeah.
And Beetlejuice.
Yeah. For sure.
That's what Jill turned into. That's who Gina Davis was for Halloween in Beetlejuice.
There you go. She was Jill Tuck in Saw 7.
From Saw 7, yeah. That's what I said. That would be a great Halloween costume.
That would be great.
That's funny. Oh, guys, we are at number 1, and I am very curious on what your number 1 is.
It's one that was already mentioned on your list. My number 1 is from Saw 4, believe it or not, and it's the knife chair trap, Cecil.
Oh,
this is my favorite trap, and let me tell you why. First off, for the reasons we already kind of touched on, but also I love that this is John's first game that he's ever done, like his first trap.
Yes.
I like that.
Before Jigsaw?
It is. This is the first one, at least as far as I know, this is before all that. Yeah. Because I like the fact that he doesn't have the Billy puppet quite finished yet at this point in time. He's doing the tape face to face. I like how he's sitting there talking like he's man enough to look him straight in the eye and be like, "You killed my son. Now I'm going to give you a chance to see if you could actually make it through this or not." I love that, again, first trap, so it's not perfect. I like that the chair breaks, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I got to work on that a little bit more."
Okay. So that's what you think he's doing. You think he's going to the drawing board after Cecil falls into the razor wire.
He's like, what could have I done differently here? Yeah, I think he could have done differently here.
So the first time I watched it, I always thought that him releasing the trap was him breaking the chair. That he actually, like, him pressing on that is what broke the chair and set him free.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. I always assumed that it broke because it was...
Yeah, I'd always wondered if it was a flaw in the design or the chair was supposed to break when he pushed that thing forward.
That's a good point, man.
Always wondered that.
But yeah, as you're talking about, like, just that whole scene, the whole exchange between them before he even puts the thing on him, they're just talking. And again, as we're talking about, Cecil's performance throughout that whole thing is great. It's so entertaining to watch. But yeah, it's just like, it's the simple things that I appreciate the most in this franchise, I think. And the most simplest trap I can honestly probably think of, other than maybe a couple others, but the knife chair trap is definitely up there as one of the most smaller, simplest ones.
Yeah, it's great. And as because it is like so emotionally important to John, it's his first fucking kill.
Yeah.
And it, to get back at the death of his son Gideon.
So yeah, this is his revenge right here.
Yeah. So Snooch is with us, though. He thinks this is his very first trap. It makes sense. Yeah. I mean, at that point, though, he's already working on the coffin trap from Saw 5.
Yeah, that's... I'm like... that was just them be like, hey, we're going to do this a little bit later in the franchise. But yeah, I get... Yeah.
That's cool, though. I dig it.
I dig them giving those little teases like that. Like, something might happen with this later. It might not. Who knows? But yeah, I always liked whenever they did that.
So, number 1 for me,
yes.
I actually contemplated for a minute not doing something because I thought maybe it would give it away and be too obvious. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, you know what? This is a Saw thing, and it's all about the hints towards the end, right? And so I wore my favorite trap on my phone, hidden in plain sight.
You motherfucking genius.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I wanted to see if anyone
New
was gonna
Hello
guess
Zepp
it.
right now.
Yeah.
Hello Zepp's playing right now.
This is this is me tricking you guys the whole time, telling you the whole time what my favorite trap is.
That's great.
The carousel trap from Saw 6. This trap is everything. This is like the emotion in this scene, and of course, probably my favorite fucking line in the entire franchise. You look at me when you're killing me.
You look at me.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love when he's like, well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. And then he just starts trashing him. He knows it's too late. And his performance, his acting in that scene when he finally realizes that it's coming and he's like crying and he's like, I did everything for you. It might be my favorite performance in the entire fucking franchise.
Honestly,
I think
like it's that good. Yeah.
So fantastic in that moment. And the way that he says it and the way that he does. I just remember I was like in the theater. I actually was like near in tears during the scene because it's so fucking intense. There's like 6 people in a row that you have to like watch, and one screaming out, you know, I'm this and I'm that and I'm pregnant and I'm that, and William even has to make that decision of like, I don't actually believe you're pregnant. I am gonna let you die. Damn, man, it's such an intensity, and he has to take a fucking like a pounding on the hand every time, which, you know, it adds to all the pain on his body. He's been burned. He's been fucking. I mean, this guy's been through a ringer.
He's quite the night.
I love the hiding of the key in his side because you think it's the chest compressor that cut him open, and it's not. It's actually, well, it is what rips open his stitching.
Right.
But you think it's because of the chest compressor that he's cut there. And it's like, no, it's because there's a fucking key inside of you. And so, yeah, man, everything about 6, the whole reveal that, you know, the family at the end, I could go, I mean, I reviewed every one of these in full spoiler discussion. So you can see my 40-minute discussion on every one of these individually. I really went into depth with every single one of them. I did not catch the drug dealer thing though. So that is one thing you brought to my attention that I've never known before. And I feel like I brought a few things to your attention.
Absolutely.
Had never thought about it.
Like the knife chair, was that a flaw? Or was that it actually getting out? Like I never thought about it that way.
Sure. Yeah. It's an interesting one for sure. And I've always wondered that. So, but yeah, I love the series. Let's see, what didn't get mentioned here?
Well, there's quite a bit that we, you know.
No. I don't mean what trap did get mentioned. That would be insane.
Oh.
There's like 150 of them. No. I mean, what movie didn't get mentioned here? Let's see. I did one from Saw 1. Yes. I did one from Saw 2. Let's see. Did I do one from Saw 2? Wait, I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. Hold on. No, I did not do one from Saw 2. So Saw 2 has no traps for me, not even in the honorable mentions. Interesting.
Wow.
Saw 3, yes, the rack. Saw 4, yes. Saw 5, yeah, and an honorable mention. But not in my top 10. Let's see. Saw 5. Wait, where is Cecil's is in 4?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. The rack, final jelly trap, silent circle, bedroom trap. No, none for Saw 5. I did get an honorable mention from Saw 5, but none in the top 10. Saw 6 obviously got a lot, and Saw 7 got a lot, and then Jigsaw. Did Jigsaw get one? I don't think it did.
I got one from I had the bucket room.
Yeah,
I had bucket room as my honorable mention.
Yeah, so. No Jigsaw on this list, not even as an honorable mention. So Saw 2 didn't get an honorable mention, and Jigsaw didn't get an honorable mention. And that's it. And then Saw 5 got an honorable mention, but no top 10. So that's interesting. So 3 of these films in the franchise did not make it into the top 10. That's crazy. And there's great traps in all 3 of them.
Exactly.
That's how solid this franchise is.
And that's the thing about top 10 lists, you know, is sometimes they just shift a little bit from day to day, depending on the day and the mood you're in, and it's like, what do I feel like today?
So now I'm going to set up the future here. Will you come back on and do a full spoiler discussion of Spiral from the Book of Saw with me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll come back and do that with you, man, for sure.
All right. So there will be pre-warnings for that. Obviously, it'll be in the title. It'll be all the spoilers. So when you do watch that, obviously, I have not fucking seen it yet.
Right.
I'll do a spoiler-free review on my channel, and I'm sure you probably will as well. And then, obviously you can do a spoiler fucking thing on your own channel if you want to do that as well. But I would like to have a full-blown podcast type discussion where we break down everything about Saw, the new Saw, and then even update our list if anything would crack in.
Anything from Spiral, and that's a good idea.
Katie jumped in late.
Katie?
Wyatt jumped in late, but at least you guys made it. So hello to Katie. Always good seeing you, sweetheart. And then we got Wyatt Terwilliger, who just recently sent me his Saint Maud Steelbook because it wouldn't play on his region-free player. But Wyatt, this is a good segue. It's actually in the back. Give me 2 seconds. Keep them entertained.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna take a look. I can't pull the chat up. I have no power here, but I'm gonna go through a couple of these comments real quick. Let's see. Snooch says, "Dumbest trap." My opinion, dumbest trap. Ooh, wow, good question. The fucking one in Saw 7 where he's got to lift the thing up, where he's got to do like the weightlifting thing. I don't know if that's the dumbest. That's just the first one I could think of. Change my mind. The Blazing Bull. The Blazing Bull, says Charles Thompson.
You better be fucking naked. That's the only way you're fucking. It's the only way you're entertaining my crowd. Speaking of naked, no, I'm just kidding.
I'll get you later. Don't worry.
All right, so 2 things here. Number 1, going off of Wyatt's post here, and I was just talking about how Wyatt sent me so nicely, even though it wouldn't work, but regardless, he still sent me St. Maud's Blu-ray on the Steelbook. Well, today, from Guillermo Canales, who likes to send me shit all the fucking time, who should be in the chat, I actually got a package. So this is the perfect time to display what I got in the package and also tell Wyatt that your Steelbook didn't work, but look what I got from Guillermo Canales. I got this version of Saint Maud. So give me your address, Wyatt. I'll send you this one, and maybe this one will work for you, and then you can have one that works. So there you go. Hey, Guillermo's in here. So, and this was sent by you, right? I didn't get a note on it or anything, but I can only imagine you're the only person that like fucking puts so much tape on your packages that I literally had to fucking get like a chainsaw to get it out. So
why do they do this? I hate it.
Yeah. So Wyatt, hit me up and we'll get that sent out to you. So, one favor, one turn deserves another, some shit. One good turn, whatever the fuck the saying is. Anyway, also for Saint Maud, the actress from the movie, you can not even see because all you can see, that's her, that's from this movie on the ground, and her signature over here. I don't know how the fuck to say this name. How do you say this girl's name? This like Morphid. I got a fucking clue. Morphid?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh, I don't know, but here we go. So we got a signed photo from her, and another one I can't put up anywhere because I don't have room. So, but thank you, I appreciate it. He also sent me 4 other films. Number 1 is a movie called Fraser Park Recut. So not uncut, recut. I don't know what that means, but I
swear to God, that better feature Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, the talent has arrived. Something tells me that the acting in this is probably not very good, so the talent probably has not arrived.
Yeah, probably.
Next up, we've got a very stupid cover, and that is Creature Lake. This is awful. Look at
oh, God.
This is like sci-fi garbage, but it's a Wild Eye release. Shout out to Mikey McMurrin, the director of Secret Santa. His movie was released on Wild Eye. That's the only fucking thing I know that was on Wild Eye, except for I think Hotel Inferno might have been. Whatever. But Creature Like No Nut, fucking thing about it. The Dinosaur Project, another terrible cover. But Guillermo likes to send me interesting movies. Yes, we can. I read the name, or I saw the name, but
I can't pronounce it. No,
I can't pronounce it. So unless you put that out phonetically, try that. Write it out phonetically. Morphid. What a fucking terror. Let me. Oh, look at my beautiful little daughter, Morphid.
Come here, Morphid.
And lastly, Exists. I own this movie. I quite like this movie. It is a Bigfoot found footage film from the director of the Blair Witch Project, Eduardo Sanchez. Not with Daniel Myrick, but just by himself. But yeah, so thank you to Guillermo for sending me this stuff as always. I appreciate it. And that was the perfect segue for the Saint Maud thing. So
there you go.
Yeah, that was great. Hey man, I had a blast. I thought that this went super well.
Me too.
Everyone was very lucky to have seen it.
Yes.
We were just that good.
I liked how different our lists were too. Like we had some of the same ones, but in like different orders and stuff like that. But
only two, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh no, wait, maybe not. Okay. No, more than two. You had the rack.
Yeah.
You had the gallows. You had the horsepower trap. Was the horsepower trap on your honorable mention?
It was my honorable mention. Yeah.
Okay, so that one doesn't count. So the rack, the gallows, the knife chair, the reverse bear trap, and the shotgun carousel. 5. I'm not even close. So I said two. Okay, so half. But they were in different places.
Yeah, for sure. And it was very interesting to hear.
Wyatt's never seen Exist. So yeah, okay. I'll send that with Saint Maud. Makes sense.
There you
go. Okay, perfect.
He says you will now.
Yeah, it's a good flick. It's a good flick for sure. So thank you. Say thank you to Guillermo Canales for that, buddy. Anyway, so yeah, I had a good time and
Thanks
good
for having
2
me.
hours.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it flew by, man.
It really did. Miss Carter says good chemistry between us. That means
I agree.
that we should fuck. Is what everyone said. We should. That's our next live stream.
That it. There you go.
Yeah. We have to fuck each other to get out of a saw trap.
Yeah. That's our saw trap.
You're like, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I could talk Saw all day, man. Anytime you want me on for some Saw talk, let me know.
But that's it. He's not coming on for anything else.
No, again, unless it's the fucking. And then
yeah.
We'll talk about
fucking or Saw. That's it.
That's it.
You get sex or you get Saw, or both in one.
Right.
That's it. Wyatt says that is already his favorite trap in the franchise is us fucking.
That one's going to be hard to top.
So, yeah. Well. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Chris, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you so they can come subscribe to your channel?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Snyder of the Lambs. I know it's stupid, but it's fucking funny to me. So there you go. I'm
just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. I muted your mic.
I know. I seen it. That's why I was
like, I couldn't help it. And
on YouTube, you can find me at House of the Living Dead. We do shows there every week, and then we do a couple shows there and stuff like that, and some special like event series, as we like to call them. Yeah, we do those every once in a while too. So all kinds of good stuff, all kinds of places you can find me. So yeah, thanks again, Jason, for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Say this YouTube name again.
House of the Living Dead.
House of the Living Dead. I will try to remember to put your link in the descriptions below. So unsubscribe to me and subscribe to him because you only get so many.
Or I could just, copy and paste the fucking link to you. That'll probably make life a lot easier.
It would be interesting if YouTube was ran on a you can only subscribe to 50 channels, or B, you have to pay $1 for each subscription.
Wow.
Yeah. How many subscribers would we have then?
That's the question.
Then you would be like, I got 10,000 subscribers. That's amazing. I got $10,000 a month coming in. Yeah. Put the links. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I can do this right now just so that we have it up on the screen.
Let me see.
If you can get it up faster, just like our sex thing later. Who can get it up faster?
Well, I thought that's what you were talking about. We're not talking about it? Oh.
House of the Living Dead?
That's correct.
Wait, what? Why didn't it? Oh, wait, here we go. This is house here. And then share. Where is it? I don't see where the sheriff link is. Does this work? I think this will work right here. So there you go.
There, I put it in the chat, but I don't know if it's.
Oh, I think we both there. I don't know. There you go. Does that work, everybody? Well, if it does, I'll also put it in the descriptions later. But there it is for now. You lose me as a sub, but probably not great loss.
Stop, Miss Carter. You're amazing. She's great.
I don't know. She says she's not, so I'm gonna go with her. Okay, she knows her better than you know her. Okay,
that's true. You know what? You're right. Okay. What can I say? When you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
Miss Carter, you're onto something. I mean, if you say it. That's why you're not Mrs. Carter. Okay, that was brutal. All right. Well, everyone, have a great night. Thanks for joining us, and adios, everybody.
Game over.